Well, 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 look at this. 2006, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron?
Correct.
EVO IX in electric blue.
One of the rarer colors for Evos.
Who's a pretty girl? You're a pretty girl. One of my favorite cars of all time.
I liked my EVO IX.
Yeah, this is a car that Mitsubishi got it just about perfect. And this is a great example too. Very much like the wheel selection. I love the powder-coated red brakes. That looks nice on the car, especially with this blue. Fantastic looking car.
You mean yellow brakes?
What did I say?
Red?
Did I say red? Oh,
He's a really good mechanic.
I was
He
up at
just
2 in the
doesn't
morning
speak
getting
a-
my daughter to
speak a good.
college. Yeah, it's a fantastic looking car though. Very excited to work on it. But this is one that I really don't have much to do. I think this is all on yours, right?
For the most part. So it is on a MAF right now. We're going to go to speed density. He already has the map sensors installed. It has a Innovate ethanol content gauge. So we're going to wire that to the ECU so that we can do true flex fuel on the stock computer. And then there was a bunch of little things. We need to get rid of the MAF, obviously.
Yep.
Put a speed density intake on it, which that'll be your team. We got to wire his wideband, finish that install for him.
So I get a little bit of wiring, a little bit of change in intake. That's about it though.
Yeah, and then it goes right to the dyno.
Yeah. And this thing's gonna be good though. So we're doing flex fuel. What turbo is running on this?
This has one that I have a limited amount of experience with. So a long time ago, there was a company called CBRD, and they had a turbo made by a company called Blausch, and this is the BBK Full. So if you are into force performance, it's slightly bigger than a green, not quite as big as a red. I think I've done 500 wheel on this turbo in the past. So before
On E85?
On E85.
Okay.
So is this one pretty stock?
As far as I know, it's stock bottom end. I think the owner told me it has cams in it. I'll have to double check the notes. And then turbo fuel system. But yeah, as far as the engine, pretty stock.
Okay.
What do we think this one's putting down? Do we know?
On the tune that's on it, no, I haven't looked at that.
We'll do a baseline, of course.
We
but
could
I was
do a
just
baseline.
wondering.
Yep.
See where we're at. I know he said it came from California, so whoever was out there that tuned it, don't know who that was. So
We'll do a base run on the dyno. The big bad blue. Oh, wait.
they almost
Matching paint jobs on the dyno in the car. We did that on purpose.
Almost, but I think Mitsubishi did it better than
We did it
mainline.
on purpose.
It looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't, right? It was definitely expensive enough. I'm just, can I get a
This
little
car
metal
is
flake?
painted in mainline all-wheel drive camouflage.
Now, just so you know, when you bring your car in, we will not match every car to the mainline hub dynos.
If
But
they
if
pay
you
us.
bring a blue one in, we will match it for you.
We will make sure that
Kind of closely match it.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I'm excited, especially if we can start knocking on 500's door. I think in this chassis, 500 is such a fun horsepower.
And it is a really responsive turbo. So at 500, I think that this will be a really good street car. Obviously, yes, we can make more if we wanted, but this isn't going to spool so late that it's unenjoyable. Like you could take this in the twisties any day of the week and flog it and not be waiting for boost to load. It will be right there.
So besides turbo output, our limiting factor on this thing is just factory bottom end and fuel system?
Yeah, the stock connecting rods. Obviously, long ago in a galaxy far away, I came up with a 100 foot-pound per cylinder rule. We can push it a little bit, but 400 foot-pounds on this will last for years.
Okay.
So
that's pretty
we'll
much the
stop
target
there.
point we want to be shooting on. All right. Well, I think it's a fantastic car. I'm really excited to get her on the lift, take a good look underneath, and this one's a pre-dyno as well.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that if you're going to be pushing your car any more than factory power. It's always a good idea for somebody to get a chance to just tear into it a little bit, make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and make sure it's ready for what it's getting ready to have in its life. But
And we're all do-it-yourselfers at some point, but it's a good thing to have somebody who knows what they're doing check it.
yeah,
Because for an hour's worth of labor, it might save you 10 grand.
I've said it before. We lose money every time we do a pre-dyno inspection because we don't spend an hour. We only bill the customer 1 hour for us to go in and do it. But we will spend hours making sure it's absolutely right. Just kind of like everything else we do here. It doesn't leave that garage door until it's perfect. So.
How'd that feel, Aaron?
427,
Let's see.
360 torque, seems about right. It felt really good. So that pull was done with the tune on the car, how it came in. So that was a peak of 27 pounds of boost. I'm going to double check the air fuels in a second, but that was basically pump gas timing. It was 13 degrees out the top. Boost dropped to 23. So there's definitely a lot more in it than the 427 and the 420 that it did on the second pull.
Very nice.
I think we're in a good spot to make some horsepower.
That's what I'm talking about. See you soon. We got the EVO IX here doing its flex fuel final numbers. Let's see what she dynos at. Let's see what it is. How'd you like that one, Aaron? I like it.
So today we have the EVO IX. It's done. The flex fuel tune is, for all intents and purposes, good to go.
Would you call it spicy?
It's as spicy as I could make it. So I think this is just a BBK. I don't think this is a BBK full or ultra or whatever the big dog was.
BBK what?
BBK is a turbo made by Blausch Turbo for a company no longer in business called CBRD.
Cool.
So it made 471.8, 386 foot-pounds of torque. So
Pretty respectable.
yeah.
Good
That's
numbers.
up from what?
The baseline on the tune it came in with, which was on the same fuel, E77, was only 427 horsepower and I think 360 foot-pounds of torque.
I'm gonna do math, but I think that's more.
That is definitely more.
Definitely more.
Cool. And what's nice though is like when he says this is all he can give, that's not true. You could add timing, you could add boost, and you could just hope everything stays together. This is reliable. This is.
No, I kept adding boost and it wasn't going up.
I was pushing hot air at that point.
Yeah, I was maxing out what it could do up top. And
Okay.
timing is right at the edge of spicy.
Okay, but reliable.
Yeah, but it's
Customers
still
will be able
reliable.
to get in every single day.
Air fuel's still good.
Any weather, and just get out here and rip on this thing.
Exactly, 100%.
All right, drivability. Robert, you actually just took it on out and do a drivability test on it a few minutes ago. What did you think?
I thought it drove amazing. Felt great. Definitely something you can drive every day. I don't know if you'll drive this one every day once the bad weather comes in. It's just such a damn good car. Underneath is so clean.
Yeah. Yeah, we had this thing up on the lift, needed to install wideband and stuff, and I was very impressed. It looks, it's one of the best ones I've seen.
Yeah, with salt on the roads around here, I would not drive this during bad weather.
No, she goes in the garage.
Sit there till springtime.
Yeah. So all in all, very, very pretty car. Drives good. Reconfirms my belief that the Mitsubishi Evolution platform is the greatest car ever made by any manufacturer at any point ever. And Robert now agrees with that statement. So I feel like there's been a lot of growth that's taken place.
No. GTR.
Yeah, I still think a R32 pound for pound, power for power
Blasphemy.
is
Shut
going to
your
be
face.
faster.
Not true. They're a good car. I had fun building Roberts, but no, but for this one though, absolutely a whole lot of fun.
These take more finesse to drive.
And they're
the
prettier. The GTRs are.
The GTR is a little more brutal, and being rear biased, I think that you can do more with that. They don't wheel hop as easy.
No, I know. I mean, it's 6-cylinder, 2.6 liter, so it's got a little bit more displacement. It definitely has more torque.
But this is a great example of a balanced street car.
Yep.
It spools fast. It definitely makes way more than it would on a stock turbo. The numbers that everybody sees on social media always seem to paint this imaginary picture. I think what you really want, 600 horse or 700 horse, not realizing that means it's going to be nothing till about 5,000 RPM, and then 5 to 9 is going to be fun.
Right. Yeah, it's a trade-off from actual drivability and just kind of driving around in it and still having plenty on tap. So this
is
really
like
good.
3,000 to 8,000. Like it's a lot of fun, and enough power to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure. So from the wrench side of the house, we changed over from a MAF in the intake system, so a different intake. We rerouted some of the pipes a little bit, did a little bit of wiring work. We installed a customer supplied throttle body onto here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, not really in a wideband.
And a wideband.
And that's pretty much it. And then the rest of it was Aaron, Dyno, and then a little bit of street to make sure everything's dialed in, some cold start tests. But from the wrench side, it's a very easy car to work on. I kind of wish they brought more parts. I like it when I have more work to do.
Or that you had the right number in the checkbook and just buy it. Either one. Great option.
I'm tempted. I wouldn't mind seeing this next to the vet. It's a great car, except, I think Mama's to get mad if she can't park in the garage anymore. So that's probably the first way I'm going to get to know.
Yeah. Well, it's a rally car. It's used to living outside. It's like a cow.
This one's not used to living outside.
This one probably is not, no.
No. Yeah, it's a fantastic car. So my final thoughts on it, I love it. It's a great car. And 470, that's nothing to scoff at. That's pretty good performance out of this thing. So if he wants to go more, we got a little bit bigger injector, probably a little bit bigger turbo.
Yeah, it seemed to have 1200 cc injectors, definitely bigger turbo.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about this is it does have true flex fuel. So any combination of gasoline to ethanol ratio, it's 100% automatic in the background. You don't have to think about it. That's actually pretty easily achievable. There was a company from Finland a few years ago, 10 years ago now probably, called FI-tronic that was making a kit for them. They had some mishap and the CNC got wet and shorted out, and so Patiri, as far as I know, I should probably check in with him, but he stopped making the kits. But the software side of it still exists, so we could continue to do true flex fuel in cars and not have to do a map switch where you never know what your exact content is and you have to get the tank drain down,
right.
Whether it's gas to ethanol or ethanol back to gas. That's not a consideration now.
Now, there's a lot of people that don't have that information. I mean, I just took a phone call probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes ago, same thing. Guy was looking for a dual map setup for his factory ECU.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can, but there's better things out there now. Like there's a way to do this the right way, And in this case, an Innovate gauge, does that one actually have Bluetooth? Can that read to your phone, the Innovate one, do you know?
No, not without the Fuelit adapter like I have in the Explorer. But yeah, you could do that. And then that would continue to wire into the ECU and gauge.
Yeah, but at this point, you've already purchased the gauge. Now you're just getting the app, so you don't have to look at the gauge you've already purchased that you've stowed, or staged inside the vehicle. So, the Innovate kit you can buy online for like $250, $260. Obviously, not the easiest thing to install. Definitely not the easiest thing to wire the way that we need to do the wiring. But for somebody that wants to go and get an integrated tune for E85 all the way to pump, it's the right way to go, and that's probably the part we'll order for you, or if you're thinking about it, right, come talk to us. If you've already got it on order, well, easy day.
Yeah.
Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, parts go in.
Yeah, and it's like anybody else with a flex fuel car. You drive till you run out of gas stations that sell ethanol, put it on gas till you find more gas stations that sell ethanol.
Yeah, I was really surprised being here on the East Coast, like especially in this area, it's not every gas station.
No, it's like one.
Yeah.
At least close.
It gets a little bit harder, but hey, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll just keep the 55-gallon drum staged
275 gallon container.
275. Why not just get the fuel truck, stage it outside?
That actually is probably the best.
There was
option.
a movie where they actually got their own fuel trucks.
Yes.
There was a Grand National in it.
Yes, I remember that movie. They were doing that, I think, in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, somewhere.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I liked it.
Yes, having ethanol on hand is especially next to the Dragon, I think would be a good thing. But for this car, it doesn't matter if he can stop here and get fuel, great. And if he can't, he could still go over the Dragon on 93 and go home and have fun.
Yeah, and still at a respectable horsepower.
Exactly.
So with that setup, for those of us who we know, but we just want to verify, make sure you know. As you're doing that, you don't hit any buttons. You just fill the tank up, and the computer and the flex fuel system does the rest.
Correct. It is 100% in the background.
Nice.
It uses the flex fuel sensor data to say, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be, and it automatically adjusts between pump gas and E85. Your boost, your ignition timing, the fueling, everything is there. Your cold starts, so that it's 100% plug and play. You just get in and go.
Nice.
That's the benefit of having an Aaron.
Everybody should have an Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have him, but you can rent him for a low, low price of expensive.
That sounds wrong.
Yeah, somehow,
All right, gentlemen.
I know what
well,
you're trying to say.
This is
No.
the
Ronin Brothers Performance is now branching into other things.
Other performance. All right, so we got the EVO IX all done, buttoned up. We'll be going back to the owner in a second, but we have something next door, which you saw the base dyno run for. We'll be finishing this over the next couple days, and you'll be able to see the rest of this one. So stay tuned. Aaron, say the words.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, do the things, comment, let us know what you like and you don't like. We'll fix it.
Say bye.
Later.